What's going on, guys? Going to do a video on Jeff Bishop Bullseye trades for the week. So every week I try and do a summary of what Jeff Bishop's Bullseye trades has to offer this week. It's a single trade. It comes out every Monday morning. It's an options trade, usually lasts about a week. Sometimes you can hold it a bit longer. I'll leave a link in the description. You can go through and check out all the different trades we've done over the last year and a half. I've kept them all carefully documented here. This was an awesome trade last week. 0.6 to 2.57 was the optimum trade here. Riot was really good. So honestly, wasn't too surprised to see that this week was a bit of a disaster, and I want to show you why and what I did with it, and also why it doesn't really matter too much. So I'll also go through some of the other services that I'm really enjoying at the moment that are really making me money and I'm excited about to share with you guys. So let's get going. So on Monday morning we got this email from Jeff Bishop. NUE is the Bullseye Pick of the week. He talked about Riot, I think, from the previous week. Another great week as Riot Options made a 100% move higher, which is phenomenal. Let's keep going down. So here we have basically the pick for this week, which was NUE or Nucor. My favorite steel stock in that sector is Nucor. That is my Bullseye Pick of the week. So you wanted to avoid tech stocks this week because I'm sensing a bit of near-term risk. Obviously there was lots of earnings, so that was pretty much, a good idea. It's easy in hindsight to say, blah blah went up or down or whatever. A lot of people will be like, oh, you should have picked puts on this. It's like, well, yeah, in hindsight that's easy to say, right? So let's look at what he actually said. So NUE just had its earnings report last week, so I don't want to worry about that now. I don't have to worry about it. It's very tricky to find stocks I want to trade that don't have earnings report. As soon as Jeff starts talking about difficulty and problems, it's usually a bad sign. It's usually a good idea to sit on the sidelines or take smaller positions from my experience over the last few years trading these stocks with him. So he says, I'm still very cautious when it comes to trading right now. I think the markets are poised for a dip at any time, prepared for that. He was wrong. They've actually rallied pretty nicely. So if we go to my brokerage here and go to SPY right here, we actually had a dip, sure, over the last, into midweek, and then a strong rally up to 416, which is awesome. So he was right in some ways. We had a fairly significant dip, but then a really strong finish. Of course, you can't tell what's going to happen, so, it's kind of right, kind of wrong. And then he said, I think the path of least resistance is for the markets to slowly grind higher and possibly even a big spike higher. New has made a very tradable base around the 150 level. My plan this week is to get started soon with a trade on the options I am eyeing. I also want to save room to buy more if NUE dips below 150. I plan to add to this position. So scaling in slowly, basically on a dip. It's a good idea overall. This week it was very difficult though. So we did have, this is the Monday on the left, Tuesday here, Wednesday in the middle, Thursday and Friday. So starting out on the Monday, great, but you do want to add as this thing goes down. The problem is we didn't really have much of a recovery yet, so even if you'd got in on the second day like I like to do, you still would have been negative or at best break even on this move up into Thursday and Friday. It really didn't recover the same rate as the market, and that's just really unfortunate. Doesn't mean it's a scam, doesn't mean Jeff's like a scam artist, any of this stuff that people love to start saying when things don't go in their favor. It just means it didn't work, right? So if I'm wrong, I'll stop out if NUE closes under 145. I actually didn't look at that. I saw the close below 144 as the stop. Not sure why there was a difference between these two, but luckily I didn't stop out below 145, otherwise I'd have definitely taken a bigger loss on this than I actually did. So let's look and see what actually happened. People were kind of not that happy in the comments. There was nothing really particularly bad. People were just kind of like, kind of annoyed. I saw a few comments in my Discord groups and stuff where people were like, this is the worst service ever. It's like, okay guys, chill. You had a 100% winner last week. If you didn't get it, that's not Jeff's fault. You gotta take your losses with your wins. So I still love this service. It's definitely not as good this year as it was last year though. I think it's something that I'm definitely playing a little bit more conservatively this year. It's definitely having a harder time. Anyway, I took a position very small position based on this, what I felt like was a decent chart pattern on the 5 minute. But then it actually gapped down and tanked. So I had it down here, ended up with an average around about here somewhere. And so I held it in and then sold it on Friday for a loss. But it wasn't a huge loss. If it had gone full position up here, I'd have been a little bit miffed. It's 154. Went down to as low as 143. I didn't sell down here though. I let it rebound a little bit and then get out. So yeah, disappointing week. Can't say it was the best week ever. Like, it was a little bit annoying. I have to admit, it wasn't my favorite week ever on Bullseye trades. However, I had a few good trades on other things. So I've been using Lux Algo, this thing. I'll leave a link in the description to go and check out my review article on Lux Algo. I've been having some really good success with that. Having some success with Goldman trades in sidekicktraders.com. I'll leave a link to that as well. These faster intraday trades seem to be working better for me recently than these swing trades over the course of a week. So I think it's something that's worth checking out. I've been having a lot of fun with Jeff Williams in Raging Bull. So Jeff Williams does these services. So he does Market Navigator and Ape Hunter. Market Navigator has been on fire. I've been really enjoying this service, really making a lot of money doing it, which is fantastic. So here's the trading journal for Market Navigator. It's like an 80% win rate. Look at all these wins. It's just fantastic. 20% win, 9.9% win. Everything's pulled into the journal here from his brokerage account. It's really transparent. It's really fun. So I've been having a lot of fun doing that. So I definitely recommend checking out the link in my description below. That'll take you to the best possible deal for Market Navigator and my review of all these trades over the last while. So pretty fun. So yeah, so really I'd say a little bit disappointing this week with Bullseye trades. I think it's important though not to just go, oh, it's a scam, or oh, it's bad. It's not. It's just there's hard weeks, and this has been a hard time recently overall. But if you look back at like some of these winners, you know, AMGN went from 2.9 to 11.46. These have been some really good winners. It's just how you have to be careful playing them and time your entries and exits to what's comfortable for you. So anyway, hopefully that's helpful, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.